Greetings all, Devious Monkey here, and as you can see, I'm doing what monkeys do. I'm hanging out. What I wanted to show you today is my inversion table. This is what I use in the long list of things that I use to combat the pain and the crap that I deal with. What the inversion table does is that it allows you to hang upside down and decompress your spine after spending all day, every day, standing. Oh, we got a cat cameo. Standing all day, every day with your spine being compressed. So what this does is it helps to relieve the pressure of your spine from all that standing and sitting and just allow everything to sort of stretch out. Because when you're standing and sitting all day, your spine is being compressed, and that leads to a lot of aches and pains. So when you're laying on this table, it allows your spine to decompress and elongate back out. Helps to stretch out the muscles, the ligaments, tendons, all that stuff to give you some relief from the pain. This is something I can do on my own anytime though. So I don't use it all the time, but a lot of the times I take a shower at night to sort of heat everything up and to try to loosen up the muscles, and then I lay on this. And you can't stay on it for too long. In fact, when you first start out, you probably can barely do a minute because that shit hurts. And then gradually over time, you spend a little bit longer on it every night until eventually, I've laid on this thing for probably a max of 10 minutes. It gets uncomfortable because all that weight is on your ankles and it's pulling, and plus all the blood's rushing to your head. You just sort of lay there and let your spine take the weight. You can leave your arms here if you're paranoid about it breaking, but if you're paranoid about it breaking, you probably bought a shitty inversion table and you should return it and get one that's decent. This is one of those times where you get what you pay for. Now, the thing about the table is that the actual spot that you're laying on is sort of balanced so that you can pull yourself up. And then when you pull yourself up, if you're on the table in the right way, you can actually balance yourself and sort of get that feeling of weightlessness, where you're just sort of hovering on the table. And you're not going back, and you're not falling down, you're just sort of hovering. And that actually feels pretty good too. If you have back pains, just aches and pains in general, I highly, highly recommend that you find yourself a good inversion table and you use it. Because at the end of the day, after just standing, sitting, walking, all that stuff, it takes its toll. And over the years, it just builds and builds and builds. Now, you're not going to hop on this thing in one night and feel better. You're going to feel better, but you're not going to feel better in the long run. So you have to use it over time. Take your time, listen to your body, listen to how it feels on there, and just kick back and relax. Another tool that I use that's sort of along the lines of the inversion table to help elongate the spine and release some of the pressure is good old pull-up bar. And you can get these anywhere. Target, Walmart, they're not that expensive. They're everywhere. They just fit up into any door jamb that actually has the lip like this. Hooks up there, and then the little bars extend out and go into the door frame. And then you can just hang. Now, this one is good for both my spine and my shoulders. When I had my frozen shoulder, I couldn't even lift my arm up that high. So I couldn't do this for a long time. Even if I could get my arm up this high, I couldn't go any lower than that. And I couldn't put any weight on it. It was months before I even attempted to do this. And it was quite a triumph when I was able to actually extend myself down and then lift my feet and hang. Of course, at that time, everything started popping. It was crazy, but it felt good. Pretty much every day, I'll walk by this and I will hang down and just sort of move from side to side
and loosen things up. For a while there, I was too fat. I couldn't do a pull-up either, which was disheartening because I used to do so many of them back when I was an active diver in the Navy. After losing a bunch of weight, getting my shoulder back into condition, you know, I was able to at least hang here, which was good. And now, I can actually do a pull-up without too much pain. Now, I can definitely feel that I've been hanging there and that I did that pull-up, but you gotta break through the pain to make the gain. Here's another tool in the list of tools that I use to sort of combat my angry spine. Just wanted to show you a couple more tools in my arsenal. Again, do yourself a favor. If you can, get yourself an inversion table. Even if you don't have an angry spine, if you just have a lot of body aches, if you stand and you sit a lot throughout the day, an inversion table is really going to go a long way to help alleviate some of those aches and pains that you might not even realize you have. Because I think a lot of times people end up just dealing with aches and pains thinking that that's just the way you're supposed to feel. And it isn't, because you're actually supposed to feel good. Now, as you can tell by how bright it is in here, it's another beautiful day in Zamunda. I'm going to make my breakfast and then I'm going to go out for a walk because it's supposed to be in the upper 70s and sunny for the rest of the day. Thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line, like, subscribe, all that shit. And remember, kids, forward and up.